Hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well. Hope that everyone out there is doing great, that you're constantly taking out time to do things that make you happy during this crazy period of cryptocurrency and world events, and that you're all having a great day. Very big thank you to everyone out there who leaves a like on the video. And for those of you who leave comments, thank you very much. You are helping out the algorithm. And without any further ado, let's jump right into it. The cryptocurrency space has been flooded. Yes, my friend, flooded with companies. A number of companies who are seemingly more desperate than we could have ever imagined to buy up as much crypto as humanly possible. It has actually taken up a huge percentage of the news within the cryptocurrency market for the last couple of months. We have companies who are making shifts into buying altcoins, who are buying large amounts of Bitcoin, who are hotel companies and baking companies and gold companies, who are all seemingly shifting at the exact same time into Bitcoin-centric and cryptocurrency reserve companies based off of the constant news that we've been getting about the devaluation of not only the US dollar, but all fiat currencies around the world. So it should come as no surprise that a whole new slew of companies has once again flown into the news. A company by the name of Sequans, Sequans. It says New York Stock Exchange listed Sequans Communications has purchased an additional 1,264 Bitcoin for approximately $150 million US dollars at an average price of $118,000 per coin. This brings the French semiconductor company's total holdings to 2,317 Bitcoin, acquired for $270 million US dollars. As institutional adoption accelerates across global markets. In the very beginning, we were mainly hearing about cryptocurrency-centric companies who were accumulating, and not even just MicroStrategy. It was kind of a generalized, cryptocurrency-esque company who's like, we're going to get more into Bitcoin, that kind of thing. We have shifted quite rapidly into like anyone can jump into the pool kind of things. Every single day, the companies who are announcing it have nearly, if not nothing, to do with crypto. And I still think this isn't tinfoil hat. I think it's just logic at this point. Something is happening, and I know that we know that something's happening, like the dollar's being devalued, all this stuff. You got it. We've been hearing for months, but I feel like someone behind the scenes like knows something, like a flip, like a switch is going to be turned on and everything, is because it's still weird that all these companies are literally coming out of nowhere. It says the acquisition follows a wave of corporate Bitcoin purchases in July, with Japanese company Metaplanet adding 797 Bitcoin for $93 million. London listed Smarter Web company acquiring 325 Bitcoin for $36 million. And Swedish firm Refine Group launching a $1 million Bitcoin treasury. No, we heard at least from like 18, 19 other companies at the exact same time. Like, it's just not really slowing down. It says public companies worldwide increased their Bitcoin holdings by 120% since July. Yeah, There's something happening. I wonder, in a very logical way, what the world is going to look like, richness-wise, money-wise, for people who are holding crypto in the next decade. We are still getting $250,000, $500,000, $1 million Bitcoin predictions for this year. Those become a lot stronger by the time we get to 2029. Don't forget, that's the multi-million-dollar Bitcoin years. We're hearing a lot of stuff about a $100 XRP, the $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 Ethereum. I do think these numbers will happen. It's just more of a matter of when. But it looks like the main beneficiaries of all of that are going to be people who are actually holding on to crypto. So hopefully everyone else has that light bulb going off over their head relatively soon so that they also take part in this absolutely insane market. Also, this ties directly into it. There's no real way around it. If I could ever get to the words. Okay. A company called Kitaboko, Kitaboco, a century-old, a 100-year-old Japanese textile company, announced that they plan to buy Bitcoin worth 5.4 million US dollars, or it says 800 million yen. That's how devalued and how weak the Japanese yen is. I don't know if you have friends who've recently been to Japan or planning on going to Japan. There's been a literal wave of people going there the last 2 years because the Japanese yen is so bad. Like bad. I had friends staying in, is it called Akihabara? Like the cool, trendy... You've seen it in the videos, the people walking down the streets in Tokyo, and it's just like a gajillion lights. Like that district is like the coolest whatever. People staying there in like nice spa hotels, like 45 a night, like 45 US dollars per night. Like it's completely insane what's happened to their currency as of recently. It says the move aligns with a broader trend in Asia, where traditional firms like Metaplanet, because Metaplanet once again was a hotel, are adopting Bitcoin to hedge against monetary debasement. We have been hearing, this is usually something that's left out of the news. We are hearing recently, remember the first companies in Argentina, in El Salvador, in, where else was it? In Turkey. And now we're hearing a lot of like Asian news around there as well. About like the devaluation of their local currencies. The first time we began to hear about this openly was, what's the country where the president was telling people to like buy chickens because like they had no money? I can't remember what it was called. Like it was their money was being devalued so fast. This is like 4 years ago. This isn't 20 years ago. This is a couple years ago. Their money was being devalued so fast. There were videos on YouTube of people leaving the banks with like a pillowcase full of money, like paper money, and running to the stores, hoping that their money wasn't devalued by the time they got there. There were videos of these people being like, I just ran here to go buy some flour. And by the time they got there, they had to put extra money on top of the pillowcase money just to like buy like a thing of flour. So that was one of the first countries that we were hearing about, like the locals who were like, yeah, no, things are really, really, really bad. And we have to start shifting into Bitcoin. So we're hearing this a lot more as well. Once again, usually because it is the world reserve currency, we are hearing about the US dollar falling and, collapsing the most. But if that does bad, so does every other currency around the world. They're all fiat based. They're all like print when you want kind of thing. So it's fascinating to actually see Bitcoin being used for its intended purpose, to kind of get away from the old system. And this is usually the bucket of my annoyance that these companies are getting it, but everyday, like companies that have $5 million to throw around, like, got it. But the average person who's seeing their wages not increase, who's seeing that they have no investments, they have nothing, crypto and therefore Bitcoin benefit them the most. But these are the people who aren't buying. These are the people who are going to see in the future, when Bitcoin's at several million, that any level of an investment would have changed their life in the future. Just the way that things are. A century-old Japanese textile company has become the latest financially battered firm, oh gosh, to turn to Bitcoin as a treasury asset, announcing plans to purchase up to $5.4 million in crypto to stabilize their bottom line after years of losses and muted cash flow. They're going to have a heck of a time when they figure out that Bitcoin that they purchased can be staked, and they'll probably end up making more money from staking their Bitcoin than they ever would as like an actual textile company. That's going to be a big eye opener for a lot of people in crypto. So, and I mean, even not just Bitcoin, but any coin that can be staked. You're setting yourself up for literally being able to make passive income for at least the next 100 years, as long as these coins, are around. When you all realized the power of, I got this crypto years ago, let me stake it and make passive income, and you can use that money to pay your rent, pay your bills, and then go on vacation. Yeah, so just always keep that part in mind. Yeah, a new company called Kitaboko has announced their foray into Bitcoin. It's not surprising at this point. It's just more surprising how normal people still haven't noticed and gotten it together. That's the buying Bitcoin news. And yeah, let's move on. Also let's see where this actually goes. This is old news, but new news, but about 7, 8, 9 years ago news as well. We used to have, back in 2017, 2018, I'm sure you remember, we were given the idea of a future where everything was on chain, everything. That went from self-driving cars that you could purchase and then rent out to kind of drive around all day picking people up, to like digital real estate. Not like NFT real estate, which I guess kind of is similar, but this kind of would be, let's say there's an apartment that you saw and you really want to buy it. It looks really, really cool. However, you don't have $2 million right now to actually buy the whole apartment. The tokenization of assets would essentially allow you and a couple of other people who you don't even know to go onto a website and say, I want a portion of this apartment. I can only currently afford $75,000. I've been saving for a while. $75,000 is all that I can afford. You would be able to buy a fraction of that apartment. The more futuristic part of it is that fragment of that apartment that you actually own is getting rent. And the rent would also be digital. It would be paid out either in stable coins or crypto or whatever. You would actually see to your crypto wallet, you would receive the rent from that place that you own a fraction of. There have been companies who've been trying to do this and make it work, and I'm sure some of them have. We just don't hear about them as often. Maybe they're not making enormous amounts of money all the time, but this might actually be the beginning of it. And this is what I'm really hoping for, because people around the world would be able to have assets at the drop of a dime all the time. And yeah, it says Ripple has partnered with a company called Control Alt. They are a real estate tokenization infrastructure platform that is being used by the Dubai Land Department to provide its custody technology. The partnership will support the real estate tokenization project using Prypco Mint platform, Prypco Mint platform. This would essentially mean buying up real estate and tokenizing it, and other people would be able to buy fragments of that real estate directly on chain. Can you so if you know the normal real estate process, you have to go, you have to contact an estate agent, and then they give you a date, and then you go to see it. You decide if you like it, and then this happens and that so. The idea of tokenization of these things is basically making real estate and other assets as easy to acquire as buying crypto. You go into an exchange, click, click, click. You're buying $47 worth of Cardano. Enter. Purchase made. That's what this would essentially all be in the future for every single asset class. That's what it has. That's what tokenization of assets essentially has to do. Years ago, we were talking about, 2020, and it didn't really capture the public's attention because I think the idea of just a digital version, people think it's just the apartment digitally online. No. I've heard people say that before. What's the point of this? No, this basically would allow the contracts and the deeds and everything to take place on a blockchain, with you being able to access it at any time that you want and seeing in real time, getting rent for it. Ripple, the company, is going to offer scalable and secure storage for Dubai's tokenized real estate title deeds. This is insane. Because if this becomes big and this becomes a major thing within Dubai, and people are digitizing all of their real estate to put all of it online, and it's on XRP, you see where this is going. It says, which are being used and will be issued on the XRP ledger. Control Alt will be Ripple's first major token custody partner in the UAE, which also includes clients across Europe, Africa, Asia Pacific, and Latin America as well. Reese Myrick, managing director for Ripple in the Middle East and Africa, noted that this is a perfect example of innovative, forward-thinking positioning that puts Dubai at the heart of the global digital asset industry. And to be fair, for those of you who missed it, Dubai has been these people didn't miss a step. Dubai has been in crypto for a very long time. They were one of the first countries who were it's cool. Like putting thumbs up and allowing companies to move there in their digital sandbox. You rich people know how to make money, and it's logical that they were wait, there's a huge opportunity here. This is why they got into crypto relatively openly a number of years ago. He added, and I quote, "This is the first time a government real estate registration authority in the Middle East has tokenized property deed titles on a public blockchain. That the DLD has chosen the XRP ledger for this is really exciting and reinforces the XRP ledger's credentials as the blockchain of choice for serious financial use cases." No, this is going to be crazy. And I say it this way. This is another fragmentation of when we talk about staking. The future for rich people includes no work at all. I need you to really get that through your head. The purpose, the other secondary, thirdary purpose of people also, these institutions accumulating large amounts of crypto, has to do with the literal future use cases. It's not just about being able to accumulate XRP or Ether, Cardano, and Bitcoin and look at it. It's about being able to stake it and make passive income from it. The passive income that you make from your crypto that you bought from years ago. You will be able to get a mortgage. Remember, we were talking about using crypto for mortgages? That's becoming a real thing very fast. You will be able to sit at home and go, well, all the crypto I bought 7 years ago, it's all being staked. Passively, I'm making a good $180,000 per year doing nothing. Let me use 70, 80, 90,000 of that and buy some property in Dubai. Let me buy a fragment of a property in New York. I think the prices will go up. Let me buy something in this is why you see so much. It has nothing in the beginning to do with just simply accumulating crypto and looking at it and going, wow, I can't wait till that goes higher. It's about the literal future use cases. Many of you in 10 years, you'll be able to own portions of 25 different properties around the world. And really, think about it. You will sit there and go, I think I want to buy something else. You'll be able to use your crypto as collateral or a down payment or even the actual payment for real estate somewhere. Who benefits from that? You do. When I keep saying how early you are in this market, you really got to understand. Everyone else sitting on the sidelines, waiting for prices to go down, they're going to be left behind. How many people have you known over the years who you told to get into crypto and they look at who did what now? They didn't get into crypto. They see prices where they are now and they're messaging you. Hey, bro, long time no speak. So I'm broke. Can you help me? It's just about time. Don't forget, all these coins are still incredibly undervalued. Governments are buying these coins. They're talking to these companies. When we hear that all these companies are getting all these licenses and, they're allowed to work in Dubai and work in Germany and work in Italy and work in Canada and, paperwork for the United States, it's not just them being like, oh, wow, cool. Look at them paperwork. That's awesome. No, they're literally building this new digital future that I hope you are a part of. Understand how lucky you actually are to be in the market right now. Yeah, this is gigantically major news. This is literally going to revolutionize the way that we think about money, the way that we think about real estate. Everything is changing right in front of us. So here's to hoping that you change along with it. I do sincerely hope that you have all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever the heck you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.